What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys, and we have a Silencer Shop exclusive, and that is the B&T 762 SRBS titanium direct mount. Now, this was initially shown off during SHOT Show 2024, so it's a still new suppressor, and it's a suppressor that is exclusively on Silencer Shop. Silencer Shop and B&T collaborated on this particular suppressor right here, and this is the direct mount suppressor, which we have the direct mount right here, and we'll talk about it because this one in particular is also hub compatible. But what is the SRBS? That is the slimline reduced back pressure system from B&T. Now, this particular suppressor, as stated before, is only available on Silencer Shop, and it is one of those suppressors that will come alongside with the direct mount, which is a 5/8 by 24 direct mount that also comes with a free NFA tax stamp. So grabbing this, you don't have to worry about that $200 that is added on additionally when picking this up. It's also decked out in an all black finish, but is also slightly different alongside with the debossing of the dimpling that is featured on this suppressor compared to that of the Rotex. It also has a different texture and feel that is a little bit more nice and aggressive, but also can go on top of that with its durability. And as stated before, only available on Silencer Shop. So what is the direct mount? Of course, as stated before, something that you can just put on directly on your barrel with no type of muzzle device whatsoever. 5/8 by 24, which is typically found on 308, 762, 300 blackout, and a lot of other 762 caliber type of rifles. Even like I stated before, you have, of course, like the 762 by 39 that's featured on the Scents or your SIG MCXs that now feature that caliber round. You could put this directly on a direct mount and be good to go. But this suppressor is also hub compatible. What does that mean? It also features the 1.375 by 24 thread pitch on the suppressor that allows you to put multiple different hubs on it. The direct mount hub right here. We have right here a Plan B that is featured on this particular system, which is my Rattler. Then, of course, you also have the 762. This one in particular is a 762/556, but this is, of course, the beloved Rotex that we featured on the Rotex suppressor can also go in here. We utilized the Rotex when we were shooting the 13.5 308 that we showed in the B-roll, and then we also used the Plan B when featured on for this particular being a SIG Rattler. I do not currently have a gun without a muzzle device for the direct pitch, but obviously this is something simple. If I could take it off, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to take it off on that MCX Spear 308, but you know how impossible it is to take that off. It's impossible. My other 13.5 was pinned and welded, so I couldn't take that one off, and this one is put on pretty tight. But with that said, you have the option of direct mount or any hub compatible type of threading will go alongside with it, like this one, which is a Plan B. If you guys don't know though what the slimline reduced back pressure system is, well, it's a system that pretty much eliminates a huge amount of gas to the face, but also gives excellent sound and flash suppression. Now, I've shot in some other reduced back pressure suppressors that have reduced the gas to the face and even some of the flash, but the suppression of the sound, not so much, or at least not as good as what we've seen here with what B&T is doing. Of course, we shot this on a 300 blackout, which is a 30 caliber round, shot phenomenally and extremely impressive on the 13.5 308. Now I got my tech sheet to go over some of the technical specs, because this one in particular is, I believe, like the full size. And this is a length of 7.38 on the inches, diameter is 1.73, and the finish is a Cerakote, fully rated for auto, but this is, of course, is all semi YouTube. And the barrel restrictions, this is the part I like a lot, there's none. So no barrel restrictions whatsoever on this particular suppressor right here. So one thing that really just shines about the B&T SRBS full-size titanium suppressor is the fact that it's 40% lighter compared to its Inconel brethren. That is 7.8 ounces without the mount and 9.9 ounces with the direct thread mount attached. This suppressor is incredibly light. It's measuring in at 7.38 inches with a slim diameter of 1.73 inches. The build is titanium, the finish is Cerakote, full auto rated, and no barrel restrictions. And with it being a 7.62 30 caliber suppressor, it can handle those high pressure
cartridges like 300 Win Mag or 300 Rum. And last but not least at all, this is a 3D printed titanium suppressor. What does that mean? That means it allows B&T to create intricate baffle architect that keeps the gas out of the face and the weapon system while also reducing sound and flash.
Pretty much design any type of baffling system to push the gas wherever you want it to go. You have way more flexibility on that. So with that flexibility, it allows you to do more with it, and then science gets more involved and technology gets more involved. That then turns into gas going more so out of the suppressor than sitting out and ejecting in your face. But also, which I've realized of recently, it's not so much about what's coming out the side, but the charging handle itself. That gas, that's why you have a lot of those gas buster charging handles and all that. Because I shot some suppression recently and I was getting gas, I was getting oil, everything coming out of the back of the charging handle. And that was something that I realized with this was completely eliminated. I focused so much of the side ejection gas, but really what I was realizing was what was coming out the back of the charging handle. This is a very light weighted suppressor overall compared to some of the others that I ran where you put that on and it's an anchor on the front. Running it with this Rattler, everything felt balanced. Running it with the 762, balanced. And just to be 100 with you, like right here, right? We have a Rotex 556 Rotex, the B&T, and then we have the SRBS, and I'm just switching my hands to make sure, because you know, I'm right-handed, so I'll feel the weight more. I would say I feel the weight more on my right hand than my left. I think it's some way the science works. But whatever basically what I'm trying to say is that this feels heavier than this. And we have no muzzle, no adapter, nothing. This has a Plan B on it. This is extremely lightweight compared to the Rotex. Not super heavy, nothing wrong with it, but it just shows of how big of a difference in the size, but the weight that goes along with it, still, this one feels lighter overall. So here's some of the technical specifications on this, right? This one in particular is a length of 7.38 on the length. The weight is 7.8 ounces with no mount, 9.9 ounces with the direct thread mount. So keep that in mind, okay guys? It comes with, of course, the direct mount alongside with it. So 9.9 ounces for the 7.62 can with the direct mount attached to it. This is a Plan B. So 7.8 to 9.9, you get it, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is a Rotex, and this is the Rotex with it, without the mount or with the mount, right? Overall, there's this Rotex 556 Compact is heavier than the 7.62 with the direct mount or without, either or. It weighs more. This weighs more than this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just to double down, 9.9 with the direct mount hub adapter, and this one is 11.9 overall with the weight, with the Rotex. So that speaks for itself on the weight as well, because I didn't really feel as much weight compared to when I was utilizing this. Even though this is not that much, no knock. I love the Rotex. This is definitely gonna be a go-to on any of my upcoming builds that I wanna utilize, especially ones that are featuring a shorter barrel system. The same way this does the same, and it's meant to be utilized on those short barreled 7.62, 308 type of rifles. So perfectly goes well with the Rattler right here, and even with that 13.5. And salutes to Silencer Shop, because they have a very easy system alongside with their kiosk and all that. So no tax stamp, direct mount, good to go. If you want to swap out for something else, it's hub compatible. Do what you can do here. Rattler. I've utilized some of those reduced back pressured suppressors. They have done well of reducing the gas and all that, and some of the flash suppression, but this one covers all three bases of sound suppression, flash suppression, weight, if we don't, that was a third one, but then also, of course, the gas to the face. I actually think that B&T is doing a phenomenal job alongside with this, and this may be the new home for the Rattler, because, I mean, why not? And plus it's ideal for, you know, your SBRs or your short barreled pistols, whichever you want to go, like, it's meant for it. But this is just like my overall first impressions, thoughts, and opinions. We did put a couple hundred rounds through it on both of the platforms, but we will be doing a deeper dive follow-up and utilizing the direct mount on a follow-up video in the near future. I want to dive in and come back to this because I want to put it on even more platforms, maybe about 5 in total. So we got it on 300 Blackout, we got it on the 308 short barrel. I want to also do it on my SIG on 7.62 by 39, so we'll do that. I want to utilize it on a 16-inch big boy gun, and yeah, just some different platforms. So stay tuned, and we will follow up with that very, very soon. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below in the comment section. Check out my blog post as always. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.